external piety. I did all the rituals, but yet I'm a jerk. I drive like a jerk. That is no good. And in the sense of gratitude, if we just, that's joke. I don't even need to tell it to you. There's two guys in the temple. Oh, I'm nothing. I'm nothing. Third guy walks in, who's like a janitor. He says, oh, I'm nothing. And they're like, look who thinks he's nothing. If you are, I'm so humble. I'm so humble because you're trying to be the greatest. That's not it. It's fine. It's not to beat yourself up about. It's just to know the goal is actual humility, and gratitude. Gratitude is the best way to humility because you're saying thanks. And that acknowledges I had a need and you gave me something. So what does God want to give us? Secrets of Heaven 1419. What makes love heavenly is not the desire to have anything for ourselves, but to share with everybody. So it is the desire to give everything that is ours to others. This is the essence of heavenly love. Because the Lord is love itself, or the essence and living power of the love that everyone in heaven has, He wants to give everything that is His to the human race. So, unlimited, omnipotent being wants to give you everything. If I got a letter that said, I want to give you everything, here's how you accept the offer, I would go about doing it, man. And that's what we're trying to give ourselves tools here, because it's not the easiest thing, or else everyone would do it. So we've just got to kind of figure out the way. And there's a lot of ways to get to that way. It's not all through revelations and old sacred texts. We can look at modern psychology and what it tells us about gratitude and its role and what it can accomplish. So we talked to a psychologist about the phenomenon of gratitude. What are people studying in it, and how can we learn from them and enhance our spiritual journey? So here's Dr. Soni Werner.
Well, gratitude is a topic that psychologists have only really recently started to pay attention to. If you think back in the last century, which is sort of the time period when psychology really developed as a science or a social science, they really started mostly looking at all the things that go wrong with people. And that's good. We have to do that. We have to identify depression, etc. But about 40 years ago, some psychologists right here in Pennsylvania started getting organized, thinking about the positive side. How can we be more specific? How can we teach people practical tools to enhance their lives, to enrich their lives? And it's called positive psychology. And within that is the subfield of looking at the study of gratitude. And it's a marvelous thing to see some people who have really come forward. And I want to do a sort of a thank you, if you will, to some of the psychologists who have made this their life work. One of them is a guy named Dr. Robert Emmons, E-M-M-O-N-S, and he's out west, and he has really become an expert on this. And I really want to share some of the tidbits that he has come up with based on real research on real people. And what does it mean to practice gratitude? And they're really very harmonious with what the writings say about what is basically the purpose of life. So Emmons would say things like, well, it boils down to a couple of things. One is, if you practice gratitude, one of the first things is you need to be specific about what exactly is the thing that you're grateful for. So people like on Thanksgiving, they might say, I'm grateful for my family, or I'm grateful that I have a job, or a roof over my head, or good food. They're specific. That's pretty easy. But to push it a little farther, he says it's very useful for somebody to be specific about where does that goodness come from. Maybe it's the generosity of somebody who donated money so you could go to college, or maybe it's your parents who loaned you a car, but be specific. But he also says, if you're spiritually minded, it is a good practice to thank God, or a higher power, whatever you call him or her. And he says that actually has benefits. And it's not only for your state of mind, but it also has physical benefits for yourself, and it actually helps you in your relationship with others.
So we got Swedenborg on the one hand saying it's good to have gratitude. That's going to be connecting you with God. You have researchers saying the same kind of thing. Either way, it enhances your life.